Hello again. We recently had a phone call from an Australian customer who had a question about deleting a range of stamps from her inventory. Over the years, she had been collecting both mint and used copies for her Australian collection, and she now wanted to give her used collection to her daughter and wanted to remove those used items from her inventory in EzStamp. And she asked if she had to do it one by one or if there was a better way. Well, there's definitely a better way in EzStamp, and we'll show you that. I will be working with the latest Australia database for this video, but the process is the same regardless of the country that you're working with. So doing it one by one would be quite laborious. In EzStamp, you can use several ways to accomplish multiple deletions. Okay, so let's take the example where you want to delete a range of stamps in used condition. Now, one thing to note, I've already got an inventory in this collection here, but note here that I have a mint never hinged very fine and a used very fine inventoried for this one record, Scott number 546. So first, let's run a report to see what we have in our used condition. So we can go to the reports menu and run a used inventory report. And as you can see, we have 500 or 600 stamps inventoried. So here's the used, here's the grade that's been inventoried. This one is very good used. We also have some fine used, and so forth. We can, from any report in EzStamp, you can delete records from your inventory, but be careful. If you have more than one grade inventoried for a given Scott number, that entire record will be deleted, not just the use. So for example, if we deleted this record, we would lose the mint never hinged and the use, which is not what we want to do here. So just be careful if you're doing that. So now that we know what we have, we're going to run a slightly different report so that we can see a better listing of what we have. So as I said, if you have more than one grade inventoried for a given Scott number, you don't want to delete the entire record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a line item report. So for this report, here's what we have. Now, I may have gone too fast there. I'm going to run it again and show you. What I had done is I selected just the grades that I wanted to see. So I wanted to see what I actually had throughout my entire inventory in any of the used grades. So here they are. So I've got a range from very good up to very fine. Okay. So now that we know what we have, we can run any report or search to do the deletion. And once we have the report on screen, we can remove only the grades in question by simply selecting the Scott numbers and go to Edit, Remove Grades. So let's run a QuickStats report. So here's a report. So I'm going to remove only, just for now, I'll remove just the very good used copies. So I'm going to select everything. Then I'm going to go to the Edit menu, Remove Grades, and now I'm going to select just the grades that I want to remove. So for this particular case, I want to remove anything that's I've inventoried as VG. We'll do the rest later, but I just want to show you this as an example. So I click on Remove, and it's done. So if I run that line item report again, you'll see that there's no more used very goods left. Those were deleted. So let's go back now and remove all the used. So I'm going to select them all. I did a Control A to select all, and then I'm going to go to Edit, Remove Grades, and I'm going to select anything that's used. And click Remove, and it's done. So if I run a used report now, it should tell me that there's nothing there. And again, there isn't. Same thing with the line item report. Just another check there. So I've told it I want to see only items I've marked in any of the 4 used grades, and it's going to tell me that there's nothing found. So that's how you can do a deletion of any particular grade that you want. Another question that we often get is how to easily re-enter stamps that you have upgraded. And I'm going to work with the North Korea database for this particular example here. Okay, so for me personally, I recently purchased a North Korea collection that was all mint never hinged. My initial collection that I had was all used very fine, and I sold the used collection but kept the mint never hinged collection. So I want to delete the used from inventory and replace it with mint never hinged. So what I want to do is perform what we call a regrade. But first let's run a report to show what I've inventoried. So here in this collection here, I have 53 stamps. They're all in used condition. If I run the line item report, it gives a little more detail. There they are. So they're all in used very fine. So I've replaced all these stamps with mint never hinged copies, and I don't really want to re-inventory each one of them, but it's very simple to regrade them. So what you do is you run any report, and then you select the ones that you want to regrade. So I'm going to do Control A and select. Then you go to Edit, and you want to click Regrade. So we're going to regrade the used very fine, and I'm going to regrade them as mint never hinged very fine. And click Begin, and they're done. So now if I run my line item report, and I'm going to select all grades, there they are, all is mint never hinged. And you can view all this, you can view it as a thumbnail viewer if you like. Standard procedure in EzStamp. Okay, well, that's it for today. Let us know if you have any other videos you'd like us to make, and bye for now.